Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Wednesday. It is finally Wednesday evening. It's time just to sit down, relax. If you're Vince, you're taking a look into the past because he's here on Thursday, and it still blows my mind that that's the way that works. But we are here to have a good time. We are here to just hang out and talk about stuff that's going on. And I heard these guys talking about some round ball before we click the button.
Yeah, there's some going on. Vince is on Thursday already, so he can tell us whether or not the Celtics hold on to this. No, it doesn't work that way. But they have like a 20-point lead, which has not been safe for the Celtics. I guess it's 24 now. But
24 is safe. 20 maybe not, but 24 is definitely safe.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't take very long to get to 24 counting by twos and less by three.
Well, I've never thought of it that way before.
I still go back to when I was in junior high. The high school, the men's team made the playoffs, and they were very good. And it was like just at the implementation of the 3-point line, and this guy named Tim Scott scored. It was like 16 points in the last like 23 seconds to beat the high school team. It was incredible, but also crushing as a 12-year-old watching the team.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason basketball never made much sense to me, that it always seems to just come down to the last 2 minutes, regardless of what the entire game was.
Yeah.
And I get that that's part of the excitement, and there's definitely more to it than just that, but like, it's not too often do you see, like in hockey, a 3-goal lead or even a 2-score lead in football get changed in the last like 2-3 minutes of a game. But with basketball, literally you sneeze and all of a sudden you just lost a 24-point lead.
It's such a game of runs, and especially the NBA is such a game of runs and whether or not you're making shots and having good possessions. But
yep.
Vince says 3-goal leads are the most dangerous. You start getting complacent.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you start playing prevent defense, right? And all you do is prevent yourself from winning.
Yeah.
So, just to keep everyone updated on, I know everyone is very intrigued about my daughter and her McDonald's.
Nuggets? Yeah.
She went again, so I think she's fallen into, like, there was some experimentation in the beginning, but we're now down to 2 McDonald's in a row of nuggets in a bag, ketchup in a bag, shake the bag, and use your hands to eat it. I think that's what we've landed on. But the excitement of today's McDonald's experience was when she was taking the stuff out of the bag and was so busy watching her phone, she didn't realize that there wasn't a table underneath where she was putting my soda down.
Oh, no.
Daddy, the soda spilled. Do something about it.
Oh my gosh, when kids spill something and they don't do anything about it.
Literally just
I have a core memory about this. So I have 2 younger sisters, and Hannah is 4 years younger than I am. So she probably was about 4. I'm about 8. And this was back when, like, and maybe this wasn't a thing in your lives, but like in our lives, going to McDonald's was like the highlight of.
Oh yeah.
And so we are there, and I remember she had a strawberry milkshake, like, and it's at that point it was like the vivid pink strawberry milkshake. And so we were sitting on one of the tables where you had the chairs that would spin. Yeah. So we're there, and there's a couple sitting next to us, and he is full suit, tie, all, and she was spinning, and she hit the strawberry milkshake, and I can still see it slow motion go off the table, go down, hit the floor, and just all over the guy in his suit.
How'd he handle it?
I don't remember that part, so he must have been okay with it. I remember
enough.
I remember his wife making sure that he was like not coming up out of the seat and going, because she was 4, like she was a little teeny tiny peanut.
People are assholes. I've learned that in the very worst way.
But that was like core memory is the strawberry milkshake on and it was like a dark green suit. It was just beautiful.
I did that to someone once. I was a waiter at a TGI Fridays, and I don't know why, because I hate people, and so I don't know why. Actually, I know why, because it was the closest place to my house I could get a job. That was my requirement for me getting a part-time job that summer, was just like as close to my house as possible. I don't care what I have to do. It's one of my first days. I'm cleaning off a table, like taking people's like salad bowls off. And of course, I'm taking way too much. And as I go to turn to walk away, a thing of dressing slides off the bowl, hits the table, and just this kid just like all over the kid. And I'm like, oh my God, this parent is going to lean into me. I'm going to get fired. I've been here for like 3 days. And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the woman just literally goes, "Ha! Now you have to take a bath today." I'm just like, that could have gone so much worse for me. And I will never forget that like moment of like seeing this woman's face go, and then it turning into something fun. I was just like, oh,
that's the
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's just like, "Can we get some napkins?" And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But like,
I like when people surprise you like that. Like when I feel like I'm on the old lady side of that a lot, where I'm like, no, it's all right. Like, but there are a lot of people that are not.
Oh yeah. Yes. No, my when my kids were in daycare, yes, I did. I worked there at the very, very end of Flair when they made this transition from suspenders to polo shirts. I was there for that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You got the job and you bought like 14 pairs of suspenders, and they changed policy 2 weeks later.
They gave us the suspenders. I did not have to buy them. I did buy some pins though, but they went on my messenger bag because that was what you did back in the day anyway. You just covered your bags in pins. I forgot what I was about to tell a story. Then I saw the Flair thing, and I just knew that I needed to do it.
Speaking of bags,
SFB duffel bags. What?
Yeah.
SFB bags. I would pull it up if I could, but I can't.
I might have one in my cart already.
Ooh.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never heard of them. They look nice. I've heard.
Charlene, I am ready. I'm excited. These last couple of years of watching the Wolves and the Lynx have been just fun. Just fun. I'm not sure I'm ready for the drought to end, though. Of cities with all 4 major teams, Minnesota's drought is 1991, and the next closest is 2001, and the next closest to that is like 2007. It's like there's something crazy like that. But it's been okay. It's been an okay series. It would have been a little more fun to have Curry for the whole series and watch that play out. I was just talking to Zach before the show that I think so many people are like, Curry's out. Oh, that's it. Or like, if Curry comes back, the way these teams are playing, it's like they would dominate. And I'm like, look at the Celtics without Tatum. Like the 6th and 7th players are awesome in the NBA, especially on playoff teams. There's different rotations that the other team has not planned for.
Yeah,
players step up. Like Kuminga is having the series of his life. Like it's you can't just tack 25 extra points on top of the score and be like, that's that. Like it's I think it would have been an awesome series. But Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun one.
It is. It's so funny how caught up people get, especially with basketball, in that idea that the star or the one player is going to make the difference when it just like it doesn't work that way with.
It's not taking Josh Allen off the Bills.
No, definitely not.
But it's still. I wish we could have seen it, but it's been a fun series. I don't know if Charlene thinks it's been a fun series, but I'm ready for Game 5. It'll be fun.
Was that bag real?
Yeah,
Was it?
it's.
Can I see that again? Because I wish I needed a bag or had use for a bag. It's something that if I used a bag, I would get something like that to replace that bag anyway. I don't.
But best of luck to the Warriors, Charlene. Though I really want a good, fun game. Like I feel like they've been good and fun, and then there's been a pull away each of the last couple of games.
I've got it under good authority, Russ. If you go to shopfantasycares.com and then you go to the pull down menu and you go to fantasy fun,
fun.
That might be there because I was poking around the site this morning because I enjoy the SFB 15 pastime, and so I was looking at some of the SFB 15 pastime shirts, and then I was like, I wonder what else is here, as I will do, and so I poked around and found some more cool stuff.
Definitely some basketball talk. My son loves basketball so much. He came on the other night and he was talking about like 3-4, what the draft and what it would do to each of the teams. Like he's the type of kid, he can name like the top 15, 20 easily draft picks coming in the WNBA or NBA this year. I saw something else I was going to respond to. I have a bunch of duffel bags. I wouldn't mind another smaller bag like the one that we have. I'm probably going to grab that.
Yeah.
Now I can't find it. Crap. Something I was going to respond to. The McDonald's, like going out to things like that, feeling like an experience when we were kids. Something came across my timeline about the wrestling videotape shelf. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember going to like that section of your video store as a kid to get old wrestling tapes? And I'm like, oh my God, I totally remember that. That was great. I'm glad that both of my kids, Ian remembers, Mac won't, but Ian remembers, like both my kids got to experience on a multiple times a month basis video stores when they were kids. Like I'm glad they at least got the tail end of that.
I don't think we had anything.
Video stores, but I used to have Easy Video, which was our local video store next to Little Caesars. So we used to get some video games, movies, and some pizza.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Those were my happy times.
Those were some awesomely happy times. I get it. I only watch playoff hockey because playoff hockey is awesome. I don't even watch that much of it, but I do watch some of it because it's just so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to put that up also. What's really funny is there's a spot where Hollywood Video used to be, and we're talking 20, 30 years ago. And when my wife and I are talking about that location, we still say Hollywood Video. Like we still, like that's how we call that shopping center, the one with Hollywood Video.
Sure.
So yes, absolutely. I remember Hollywood Video.
Yep. My wife and I met at a video store. I ran one for many years. Like that's video. Well, we didn't meet, but we second met. Like we met at a county fair many years prior, but like very briefly, like 2 minutes. And then many, many years later, we ended up working at the same video store and whatnot. So it's always been a special place for us. But when we moved to the Twin Cities here, I had my manual labor job at that point. And she was just out of college. She got her job, but there was a Hollywood Video very close to us. And she went and got a part-time job there, just extra money, but also just for the fun of it, the nostalgia of it, which was probably only a few years previous, but
Yeah.
and free video rentals.
Yeah.
But yeah, my wife worked at Hollywood for feels like a few months at least. But yeah, early year jobs are fun. I wonder if Ian's going to remember his umping job. He's got another umping job coming up next week, and it's $40.
Ooh, nice.
$40.
I thought of
it's an older group. Like the younger the group, it's less money, which I guess I get. I don't know.
I thought of him the other day because Harrison's team played a game in the next town over. Because usually they have like a 5-team league in town, but then they'll play. So we play like Brunswick and we play Top, so like the neighboring towns, and so they had to go to Harpswell to play a game, and the umpire was, I don't know, 12, and did a fantastic job behind the plate. It was awesome. And I thought of Ian. I was like, "Oh,
these kids are so good at it
yeah.
too." Like, there's something, I don't know, when they're good as adults too, but I think when they're a kid, there's like you're less. I don't know. You don't raise eyebrows to calls as much. That's more just like slightly. So that negative part is gone, and you're just enjoying the positive parts. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, it was great, and like he did a fantastic job. And it was just like, it was so much fun to watch because that's a tough, like I've done that a couple times. That's a tough thing to do. Like balls and strikes are hard sometimes.
Yep.
Especially if the kid doesn't have great command, or if the catcher isn't quite comfortable with being back behind the plate.
Yep. So Ian always used to play first.
Yep.
Like that was they make you switch it up at this level. You have to play at least so many innings here in the infield, so many in the outfield. They got pitch counts, all that stuff.
Yep.
But he primarily played first like every year. And this year he's now at third most of the time. And pitcher.
Yep.
Which he was never a pitcher before. He had 1 inning of pitching last year, and now he pitches every game.
How's he like pitching? Because that's my jam.
I know that's your jam. He really enjoys it. He is so they have a pitcher he's a 6th grader, and they have like a 5'8", 5'9" kid that just throws monster heat. It's absurd for this age.
Yeah.
And because of the pitch counts, what they do is, they have Ian and another kid if necessary, but Ian and another kid start off the game, and then they let that kid pitch the last few innings,
and
to keep him under his pitch count, So Ian usually pitches the second and sometimes the second and third. And it's adorable to watch because every pitcher has their set. Whatever they do. But part of Ian's routine is to bend over and look at the catcher like he's trying to figure out what pitch he's going to throw. And I'm like, your catcher's not calling signs. It's just, I think it's just funny.
Well, but I mean, you need to have a routine though. Whatever it is, whether you're looking in or. I always gave it the here over the top of the glove. Be very intimidating.
I can tell because you still do that anytime you talk about baseball. Is you do that?
Yep, I come over the top.
Yep,
and just so you'd be able to just see my eyes over, and I had the brim low. So,
yep.
Clear the mechanism. That was I always loved that with the love of the game. Clear the mechanism because that's it. Like you just.
Do you watch that ever? Like sit back and watch it because I love that movie. Yeah. But the romantic parts, like I can give her a pass. Yeah. So I rewatched it the other day because it's on Netflix right now. And I did the fast forward, and because you can see the frames, fast forward, and once it goes to baseball, I click back one and I play. It's like a 35-minute movie, and it's still great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That out. And you can watch a 35-minute movie and it's just still great.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you've watched it in full before, you get the context of all the other stuff. So it's
right.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, I was gonna say something else about Ian's pitching. Oh, in the last game, so Ian went to pick a guy off at third, and he threw it so hard it hurt the guy's palm that he had to come out of the game. And I was like, dang, I felt so bad, but like he whipped that ball to third, and it like was right on target, didn't get the guy. But man, it was. I was like that. It looked like a legit pick, pick off. I was like, that's a baseball player. You're a kid still.
Third's always fun because you get to feel like you're a lefty. If you're right-handed, because lefties have that great pickoff move to first, where they can, as long as they don't go past 45, they're like,
yep.
I had a friend who was left-handed in high school, and he actually saved a game. He didn't throw a pitch. So he came in for me. There was one out and a guy on first. He comes in, he picks, or actually first and second. He comes in, picks the guy off first, intentionally walks the next guy. But in high school, you just say, it's a 4-pitch intentional walk. You don't have to throw it. And then he picked the guy that he walked off first. So he never threw a pitch. But you get that little like boop, that move to first.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why he was able to whip it so hard. Is because it's just that natural angle.
Yeah, you're just there.
Yeah.
But
so
Steve said
asking what's the Tadpole Bowl? So the Tadpole Bowl is new this year. It is our goal is for it to pretty much be, I think what someone said a little later on, is just going to be the college version of SFE.
Yeah. Yep. We have a logo. I also don't have. It might be in our media asset somewhere. Yes, there it is. That thing is adorable.
That's great.
I love that thing so much.
Yeah, so it's college fantasy football, but Scott Fishbowl-esque.
So Zach, my wife started talking to me, so I muted it while the Tadpole talk was starting. My wife's like, I really like that guy's voice.
You sure it wasn't Russ?
When you were talking, I think she likes the sound of your voice.
That I have never had that happen before, because I've always been on with. I mean, Kyle before was like the NPR host, and J Mike is just, you listen to J Mike read a phone book. So like, I really appreciate. I never get that. So
I've never been told.
All you had to do was join us. You just had to join us, and you become number one.
I was never told I had a voice for radio, but I was told I had a face for radio. Does that help? Does that count?
There might be a thing where like,
because they stream them now, Russ. It doesn't work anymore.
Ian has.
You have a face for audiobooks.
I will say, I think Ian doesn't play first is because there are two kids on the team that are just better at first. Like
third is such a tough position, though. Like third, you could not pay me enough to play third base. Like you're so close, and you've got to have that reaction time. Like I always played short when I was growing up, and then when I got to college, I played center. And you have some time to make a reaction. Like third, you're just like boom.
Yeah, it's.
And I used to hate having to come in on a bunt situation, and then they'd be swinging away. You'd be like, oh wow!
Shortstop was my nightmare. I played center and first, but at first it's always coming from it's almost always in a very similar spot. And like I feel at third you're having to move and hit and get them. So like it's third or short.
It's so wild. And it's, again, like third is so close. Like short, at least you have some time to range, and you're making plays behind second, you're making plays behind the third baseman. Third, you're in on the grass, on that cutout, and whew. But
see, I just played catcher because I didn't want to have to run.
Yes,
of course. My knees are still mad at me from when I was 8-year-old playing catcher. First of all, because of having to crouch for that long, but also because I was terrible at it. So I just kept getting beamed in the knees because I wasn't catching the ball. It was just hitting me. I was wearing knee pads and everything, but still, you still feel it.
So you needed to grow up in New England because at that point Tony Pena was catching for the Red Sox. So it was only one knee that you were.
Oh, he was the leg out guy.
Yes, he would put the leg out.
And you can switch. You can switch the leg you were using.
Exactly. That's how I used to when I was in Little League. That's how I used to catch. I had the Larry Parrish light toe with the orange, like the fluorescent orange catcher's mitt. And then, did the Tony Pena one leg out.
And then you've been living your life for the past couple of months with one leg.
Yeah, that's basketball. That was my own stupidity, not baseball related. I don't believe. Although I do think that the Tony Pena, I sent this to you, but the Tony Pena did come in handy for the knee surgery. But
my daughter was a line judge at one of her volley tourneys, and she made a call, and the parents started berating her, and the whole stands emptied with parents yelling at each other.
That's incredible. Like I was hoping as I was reading that the first time, I was hoping it was the whole stands, a whole bunch of parents defended
her honor, but no.
Yeah.
It's so wild how intense. I'll use the word some, but some parents, it's really most, but some parents are about again, Harrison's playing it's like an 8, 9, 10-year-old league. And it's every game. And it's wild how intense people are.
They are. I will say, so Ian played 4 sports for a long time. He's narrowed it to 3. As you get older, you kind of focus.
Yeah. Which did he drop?
He dropped soccer. So baseball,
that's a lot of running.
Yeah, baseball, basketball, football. I enjoyed him in soccer because they put him in net a lot. Because I don't know. Anyway, but I don't even think it's close. The aggressiveness of parents, football parents, compared to the other 3 sports Ian has played. I don't know that it's close. I don't have a basis for hockey because Ian quit that so quick. I've heard hockey parents really get up there, but man, the football parents compared to basketball and baseball, it doesn't seem.
I mean, you have to be intense if you're getting up to drive your kid to practice at 5 a.m. You have to have a couple of screws loose. Because I love my kids dearly, but they're not going to get me to drive them to a rink at 0 degrees at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
you'd still be awake from the night before doing designs.
In Minnesota, when we go to hockey practice, we drive to the rink and we get inside and we're like, oh, it's so much nicer in here.
Right, it's warmer inside.
Just going into the backyard to skate anyway. It's the difference.
A lot of people have backyard rinks in Minnesota. That's for sure. A lot of backyard rinks in Minnesota. That is definitely true. What was I going to say? Something about? No. I already talked about that one. I have a giant list today. But we don't need to talk about it. We can talk about what we want to.
This is the first thing I thought of.
Chat.
I want to complete the list. I'm not leaving until I complete the list.
Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen tonight.
I'll be here
and maybe Steve, that's part of what, because I can just sit there and enjoy. Harrison's struggling this year. He's playing up, and the pitching is pretty darn good, and they've kept some of the kids that probably should have moved up to the next league. Yeah. And again, talk about intense parents. You've got guys who are coaching, and so their kid has been really dominant, and so they're keeping him down in the 8, 9, 10 league rather than go up to the 11, 12 league, even though and so it's for me, it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to have Harrison want to go out in the yard and play. We played catch today. He had batting practice at 6:30, but he was at 5, he was like, can we go out and throw? Because he wants to pitch. And so I showed him how to hold a 2-seam. And so now he's throwing a 2-seam that like he's cutting it like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches already. And I'm like, this is awesome. So much fun.
How old is he?
He's 9, but it's
Should-
literally
Oh,
it's literally not a curveball, just a 2-seam. So
just
literally
a 2-seam, but it's cutting.
just where you hold it and hold your thumb. Yeah, because like I showed him how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has nothing to do, like you're not putting any torque, nothing. It's just because you throw a 2-seam and the way you hold the thumb, the ball comes off like here or like here. And so then you have more air resistance on one side of the ball or the other, and so it'll go.
Yeah.
And so I was showing him. I said, if you throw it right, you can see a circle on one side of the ball, and if you do that, the ball will go to. And so we started going. I was like, okay, now move your thumb this way and watch it go. And he's like, that moved. I was like, yeah. Physics, it's fun. Like this is a thing.
That is fun. That's awesome.
So, like I can like it when I was in my prime, like I could cut it probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches both ways. Like I could cut it and run it without putting any stress because my breaking ball is terrible. Like if I have to throw a breaking ball, I'm in a lot of trouble. But I can throw my fastball and make it break either way. And so it basically was multiple pitches, even though it was really one pitch. But being able to show him that and have him be excited about, being out in the yard, or like the other day he wanted to go out and do tees because he struck out his first 2 times up and then got hit. And I sent Russ the video of him getting hitting the dome. He gets on first base and he turns to me and he goes, "It didn't even hurt, Dad." Like, yeah, he gets that from me. There's not much going on. Don't worry about it. But
I said you're teaching him wrong. Get hit in the head, you charge the mound. That's what you're supposed to do.
oh no, that wouldn't have gone very well for him. he's a lover, not a fighter. He's a great kid, but that's not going to work out very well. But
a lot of baseball talk on this show.
All right, so Anne is very, 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 very.
It's a good question.
Concerned about the status of the SFB 15 invites. This is like her 3rd or 5th time asking. So I figure let's talk about it. And that's why we're probably not going to be sending out any more.
Oh. Steve F., in case you ask, Hemingway Rye is the drink of tonight. Hemingway Rye.
So there's about 45% of invites still left to go out. So there's still plenty of invites left to go out. That felt like a very weird time to interrupt me so rudely with some very beautiful logos.
It's a rough estimate too, 45%. But we're no matter what way you stretch it, we're ballpark halfway.
Yeah.
There's a lot left to go. A lot of ways to get in. Tons of stuff.
Which, if you go and check out our social medias, both on X and on Blue Sky, there's a post right now from @fantasycares.org asking you to send a video of your non-ball related sports outings to be entered
part of race day?
To be part of race day on Friday.
Nice.
Lots of replies already. Some very, very clever stretches of the word sport, I will say.
Hemingway, see, I don't love it straight. I'd never had it before. I don't love Rise all the time either, though. but I didn't like it straight. But a little splash of orange or make it an old fashioned. Definitely ice or water to smooth it out. I like it better, but yeah. Lauren, are you still coming to Chicago? I feel like I remember she was coming to Chicago. I think I just gave that. Those are some really good shirts, though, Bob.
That was Ben had said that not even a Reds fan and want that on a shirt. The first shirt I put in my cart was the Tigers, like the Detroit. I was like, that one is amazing. I'm not not a Detroit fan, but I was like, oh, that is awesome.
I love the Cincinnati Reds.
I've told you my Cincinnati Reds story, right? Like,
yes.
Basically my visiting other ballpark stories. I just curse everybody. Man, baseball. I feel bad for the Twins. They're like 8-2 or 9-1 in their last 10, and the teams in front of them in the Central are 7-3 or 8-2 in their last 10. All of them. Like, so if the Twins were in the Red Sox Yankees division, they'd be in second in the division by a game. They'd be down a game. Like, the fourth best team in the Central has 23 wins, and the Red Sox are second in the East, and they have 21. Yeah. Like, it's the Central is a little insane this year.
I don't know what any of that means.
The AL least
was a very tough division, and the Twins have to be in it apparently. at the moment, we'll see how it plays out. But
yeah, shout out Richard Sickles and his girlfriend having a baby.
Yes, I saw that.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love Rich. He is the kindest guy. He is so nice.
I love that he tweets out about his girlfriend having it, but doesn't actually tag her in it. Yeah. So they have like a very cute back and forth about making fun of each other about him forgetting that him forgetting to tag her and then her quote tweeting it. It was very funny.
God, he's such a good dude. That's awesome. Greg and Rick, they're both such good people.
Yep.
I love those guys. That's awesome.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I do think we should start this trend where instead of being like, let's roll again, let's maybe do a pay it forward. If someone wins an SFB spot, let them do let them give it away.
You want to do that right now?
I do think we should give away a gift card too. I can't do a wheel or anything on my computer tonight. I had it on earlier and it was clearly like jittering the screen. Like,
gotcha. I can handle.
Older computer. It's not a fan.
So I did love watching you guys during the baseball announcement, and you're doing a wheel for gift cards, and then like everyone's typing the words, and all of a sudden Scott's like, "Oh crap! I was supposed to be putting names down."
Yeah, I'm just sitting there hanging out. I'm like, oh, wait a second. I'm manning the wheel tonight. Oh, Bob, I got a request for you. Do you think you can do it while you're on the show? I'm asking before you know what the request is.
Yes. But yes, I could probably do it.
A Tadpole Bowl shirt in the store.
I think I gotta add something to it. I'm not just gonna put a bowl with a tadpole on a shirt.
Oh, you need the FC and stuff, right?
Really?
The best part
no, I'm gonna come up with some. I gotta come up with some kind of a theme for it then.
You asked, and Bob froze for a second like this.
Oh, that is a good point. Like, I feel like what we're going to do, there's going to be up to, but no more than 50 divisions. And we're just going to grab the top 50 college NCAA teams is what Froton and I are going to do. But we should have done this. I mean, how long are we going to be on? We should have done that. Maybe next week with that. I don't know.
Started up at the beginning. Every couple of minutes, just spin again. Can we talk about going back to your baseball stream? How the world has somehow turned to when Russ is away, we give stuff away.
Yes.
When I was always the first person giving stuff away, and it used to be, okay, Scott's not here, let's do this.
We're just gaslighting people.
All of a sudden,
It's
like,
whoever-
it's
whoever
funny,
the
like, they
chat-
didn't even
whoever's
say
not
it.
there.
You guys didn't say it. It was the chat that started saying it when I was in the chat, no less.
Russ, you either die the hero
Well,
or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Maybe it's
I'm
because you're like people.
Hey, Russ isn't here. Let's give something away.
At this point, maybe it's just because people know Russ's Fantasy Cares board treasurer, and people have
Well,
a
he's-
mindset of a treasurer watches the money, makes sure, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Oh, I didn't know that. Lauren is going to Chicago, but she's not drafting. She's there for everyone else, or just everything else. That is one of the two events you do need to buy a ticket because you get free. It's free food and alcohol, or drinks. I should say drinks. You may not want alcohol. You may want Sprite. I don't know, but it's open bar. So
let's face it, nobody wants Sprite.
yeah,
I'll take a
but
Sprite.
yeah, Chicago Live is there's lots of there's free appetizers all around, and then it's 4 hours of open bar, which is a lot of hours of open bar.
It's still not the standard, though.
What's the standard?
No, that was the the open bar podcast. They went for longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
The standard is the standard. That's whenever I hear open bar, I immediately go to Gabe and J Mike. This is the open bar, opening bars.
Opening bars.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like you have some tickets for some sweepstakes giveaways at the Chicago Live, which is going to be fun. That's going to be fun. So Zach, I this week I felt a little bit, but actually let's get a wheel filled before we start jumping into anything else.
All right, what are we filling a wheel for an SFB spot or for a gift card?
Both.
Yes.
Spin for one of each.
Okie doke.
Uh,
What should
or
they type?
more than one of it.
Right. So
Ian, what should they type on the wheel?
Yes.
I'm getting a blank stare. I don't even think that he knows what I'm talking about.
Dave? No, I don't know.
All right, you know what? We're going to keep it nice and easy. Type the word wheel, and you will get added onto the wheel for either a Fantasy Cares shop gift card or for a spot into SFB 15.
Definitely not Seaman.
Definitely not Seaman. Yes, if you're already in SFB, you can pay it forward.
Yeah.
Wow, they hit that fast.
They did. They did. So it's up to us to talk while Russ handles the wheel. So Zach, I felt like you this week for a very small period of time. I went to the zoo for 4 hours, walking around the zoo on Mother's Day, and that was a fun time and stuff. And I was gonna put Mac on my shoulders and walk around, and my wife's like, "No, I don't want you to sprain your ankle before we go to Scotland. Like it's like 3.5 whatever weeks away. You're not getting it." So the very next day, I'm out with Ian. We're walking up and down the street. We're playing catch in the street and stuff,
Yeah.
going for a walk, around the neighborhood, because I have one of those neighborhoods. Tons of kids, people play in the streets, whatever. But they've been working on the streets, like repaving, digging up, like replacing stuff. I hit an uneven patch, sprained my ankle.
Oh no!
My wife told me not to. So like I was hanging out on the 7x5 Big Joe in the living room. Like, I mean, my sprained ankle, your torn ACL, like they're pretty close.
I'm back though, Scott. I didn't send it to the main group, but I sent a video to Russ of my physical therapy yesterday.
Dude's walking in a straight line.
I am
perfect
no
gait and
brace,
everything.
very, very, very minimal limp. I'm going back to work in the office on June the 2nd. I am at 115 plus degrees of flexion. Like I can bend it. Like
Nice.
I was worried because Harrison and I have Red Sox tickets for Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was not sure I was going to actually be able to sit in a seat because have you been to Fenway? I know. So
I really, really want. I almost went when I came to Boston one of the times.
So if you sit down the right field line, it's the old grandstand seats. So those seats are not designed for modern. We'll say modern people. They're not designed for people as tall or as wide as I am.
Yeah, I bet this. After all these years, no, they're not.
And so I ended up. So we started off. We were going to sit down in the right field grandstand. I changed seats, so now we are in the center field bleachers, which they replaced fairly recently. But I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit or if I'm going to have to stand, like find someplace to stand up. But I think I'm finally at a point where I'm going to be able to sit like a
yeah. You're not going to be able to do it for 9 innings, but you'll be able to.
But he won't be able to sit for 9 innings either. We'll get up and go do the speed pitch, and we'll go get a plate of nachos or pulled pork or whatever. He'll have to get an ice cream at some point. So we'll make a day of it. But I'm finally at a point where I can, and I'm very happy. And I know Russ is very happy because he's seen pictures of me behind the wheel, which means that Canton is absolutely on the table because that's like 100 and something days away. So
yeah, nice, very nice. I'm glad to hear that you're that much on the mend. That's
yes.
Quick healing there's something to it. I don't know if it's genetics or just like determination in PT. Like I've always been the same way with my healing.
Well, and I met with my surgeon today. So I had physical therapy yesterday and we did the walk and I met with her today and she had been on vacation the last 2 weeks. And so she hadn't seen me for 2 weeks. And she said, I can't believe how far along you are. And I was like, well, it's full props to you and the guy that does my physical therapy because Josh just like, he
and
is
then she
not,
went, let's push it further.
Yeah, well, that's Josh. Like the guy who does my physical therapy is awesome, but he will push, beyond where I'm like, okay, that's good, and then we get another 5 degrees, and I'm like, that's better. Yeah. I agree. It wasn't in the moment, but we're good now.
Yep.
Wasn't ready for it then, but now I realize it was the right thing. All right, let's do a spin. And if they are not in, they get into SFB. If they are in, they can choose between a $26 gift card or giving someone else their SFB spot. Yeah?
Yeah.
Your call, man. You got the wheel control. That sounds good.
Because Russ is here and Russ is giving someone a shirt. We're not giving you $10. We're not making you pay. You'll have to pay for shipping and tax, but you're getting a shirt.
Will that work if you do $26 gift card on the $26 thing?
Well, they still got to pay for tax and shipping, but they'll get the shirt for free.
I haven't tested it on the system. I don't know.
I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that it's gonna work.
Sam!
Congratulations.
And Sam is definitely already in.
So Sam, do you want to give a spot to someone else, someone you know, or do you want to get a gift card for yourself?
Julius Randle's been awesome this postseason.
That guy's still playing?
Julius Randle?
I feel like he's been around forever. Like, I know that name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he was drafted by the Lakers, played for the Knicks for a long time. He's with the Timberwolves now.
Sure, you're not thinking Julius
Oh.
Erving for us?
Definitely not
Julius
thinking
Randle
Julius.
was like dogged for how bad he's been in the postseason in his career, and he's playing better in the postseason than he did during the season. It's absurd how good he's playing.
No, you don't have to give the spot right now. I mean, like,
No, you can take the $26 gift card. Russ just said. Oh, if he chooses that, I see. I honestly would like a pretty immediate thing so we can put it in, and it's not just floating out there though. Russ.
All right, so yeah, you got to give it a name now. Or take a gift card.
Can we phone a friend?
Or just take
to make sure that they're in.
Maybe there's someone in the chat you want to help out. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm sitting here trying to.
I don't love a lot of spots floating out there that I'll definitely 1,000,000,000% forget about. I do. Ian is commenting on the fact that I have double-digit number of things on my Wednesday list.
Ooh.
That's impressive. You've been busy this week.
We have not hit very many of them.
That's my fault. We've been talking baseball, Scott. You got me going.
I like talking baseball, man. I'm good talking baseball. I told the Cecil Fielder thing like a couple weeks ago, didn't I? Yeah.
I think so.
Need to get to this number 11.
Yes, you did, because I said because the season that he hit the 56 home runs.
Yeah.
I went to a game and John Shelby hit the home run to win the game, not Cecil Fielder.
Seven-point lead.
All right, if you're having trouble, we could spin the wheel again and give someone else the choice, and then.
Ooh, hairball. I have no problem just watching the game. Sam, while Sam thinks, should we spin the wheel for that $10? Is it a $10 gift card we're doing for the second
Look
one?
at you trying to downplay. No, we're giving someone a $26 gift card. We're giving someone a shirt.
Zach, while we're talking about this, you told me a story before the show started about you rebounding for some NBA players.
I did, and that was a kind of context when you were talking about Tatum being out or Curry being out, and people don't realize how good the 10th or 11th man on an NBA bench is.
And I mentioned how Luka Garza for the Timberwolves is what was he, our 12th man, Ian? And for Iowa, he was like setting records, in college.
So back when I was in high school, or actually I was going into high school, the Spurs used to do a basketball camp in Aspen, Colorado, where they invited the top 20 underclassmen from every state. And so I got to go out and be at the Spurs camp in Aspen the first year. So the Tim Duncan's rookie year. So I'm out there, and the East Coast or the Northeast regional scout for the Spurs was Bruce Lindbergh, who lived in Maine. And he was actually the guy who that's how I ended up going out there. Well, he and Popovich came up to me at lunch one day, and they asked if I wanted to rebound for a couple of the guys who were, were practicing while we were eating lunch. And it was Tim Duncan and David Robinson and Will Perdue. And Will Perdue is absolutely incredible at basketball. Mm-hmm. Will Perdue was like 6 minutes a game. He might have scored 4 points, average 4 points for his career. He was incredible. And obviously Duncan and Robinson were too, but you don't realize how good NBA players are. And he was 7 feet tall, and they were running a drill where I was at half court, and they would shoot a layup and get the ball and throw the ball to me and run a fast break, catch it, take a dribble, and shoot a layup. And they were just ping, 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 ping. And again, Will Purdue, who is a nobody in the NBA.
I mean,
He's in the
he's
NBA.
got rings. He's got
he does. Oh, of course. But you
yes.
hear
But you're right.
you hear people talking. They're like,
backup
oh,
center.
he's garbage, or he's not.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, those guys are so good.
They're ridiculous.
Good. Yeah.
It reminds of the Brian Scalabrine quote. Like, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
Yeah. And people you just don't realize. I mean, I went out and I thought I was 6'1". I was like 8th grade going into high school. And, I've been 6'1" since I was in 6th grade.
David Robinson walks over, pats you on the head.
Well, like
I've shrunk like 12 inches, 2 inches. I'm probably 6'1" now.
Well, I'm 6 feet, so I've shrunk a little bit too. But but at that point, like, again, coming from Northern Maine, playing point guard at 6'1" in junior high, like that, I was pretty good. I got out there and I called my dad on like the second day, and he's like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "I am the 8th best guard on my team out here." Like, it's not like. It was incredible to see the level. That was the moment where I was like, I'm never going to play basketball for a living. Like, that's not going to happen. You think that in 8th grade, you're like, oh yeah, I could do this. I'm scoring, 30, 35 points a game, in junior high basketball in Northern Maine. But then all of a sudden it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Sam made his decision. He has let Rob Silverstein get a ticket.
Rob, I know you're in here. I've seen you in the chat. Could you have at least hit the green button that says sign me up for SFB 15? That would have been like slightly. Could you have at least done that? Because now I have to hit the force SFB 15 sign up button. Then I have to hit the Q button.
The work you guys make Scott do. That's 2 buttons he has to hit.
I have to press a whole extra button to sign you up for SFP 15 for yourself. But I will do it. I will do it for you, Rob, with 2 B's.
All right, let's bring the wheel back up and find out who is going to win a gift card to shopfantasycares.com or fantasycares.org/shop.
I was going to comment on Ben. You don't have to be on Twitter to be an SFB. That's absolutely not a thing. Maybe you're talking about the hopefuls chat, but yeah. Trust me, a lot of people that play in SFB, a lot of people are not on Twitter, and
at least one on the stream.
Yeah, I was going to say more this year than ever for sure are not on Twitter. So don't worry about that.
All right, so let's find out who's going to win a gift card to shopfantasycares.com. Lauren!
Nice. Woo! Free shirt
Lauren.
from fantasycares.com/shop.
Something to wear to Chicago.
Yep, there you go. And she gets a SFB Live shirt for buying a ticket, right? I think.
So what's the best way to handle this? Lauren, can you send an email to team@fantasycares.org? And we'll have Bobo reply with a
yes.
gift card.
A gift card, yeah.
Does that work for you, Bob?
It's either going to be a gift card or a promo code. I think promo codes are actually easier for me.
Yeah, that's why I figured.
Whatever's easiest. Whatever you can do. That's awesome.
All right, so Lauren, please email team@fantasycares.org, and you will get yourself a $26 either gift card or promo code to the shop. Well, Mr. Double-Digit list on things to talk about. What do you got?
He's got a basketball game going on.
Do you want to read the starting thing? I guess I don't really know. This is probably the only season for it, but so a few years ago when we moved in, we had this area out front with a dead bush. It was completely dead. We didn't care when we moved in, but once we realized that was actually our property, we're like, well, I should do something about it. And we dug it out and we planted a little tiny, itty bitty little, like just planted ourselves a lilac. And it is now, it's taller than me and it blossoms every year. And for like 3-4 weeks, it smells so incredible. And we like clip parts off and bring it into the house and put them in plants so their house smells like lilacs. I don't know. I love the smell of lilac. I love it. And I love that we grew this thing from a little baby to bigger than me, which is pretty awesome. And also on that same stretch, we had an ash tree go down because of ash borers. You know, we had to have it taken down, and we planted a 3-pronged, 3-tree white spire birch, and we chose that because when I was growing up, my grandparents had 3 white spire birches in their yard. My grandpa died in '96, and my grandma died, God, when she was like 98 or 102 or something like that, something ridiculous, in the early 2000s. But it was way before you. It was kind of an homage to, not homage, that's not the right word, but kind of like just some memories of that from them. And I look at that patch in my yard and I'm like, I love this little thing we raised from a baby. And I love this thing that remembers my grandparents in like a, 12-foot area of our yard. And I don't know. I was feeling sentimental when I wrote that on the list. I'm like, I feel like mentioning, how much I love those 2 things. I love backing out of my driveway and seeing those 2 things on the side of my driveway.
Now, Jeremy, are you allergic to lilacs, or did the lilac plant have some nefarious plots against you? Like you were walking and all of a sudden one like jumped out somewhere and like mugged you or something. Yes, he got mugged by a lilac once.
Mugged by a lilac.
So the allergy thing always gets me. Like, so at a baseball game, I was talking to one of the parents of another kid on Ian's team. He has terrible allergies. And he's like, I never had them as a kid. And I'm like, I had tons of allergies as a kid and never as an adult. And it feels like that's all there is. You either have them as a kid and you get rid of them, or you don't have them as a kid and you have tons as an adult. Is that the same for you guys? Or
I was 18. I
never had one.
First got seasonal allergies.
You were 18? Yeah.
Yeah, when I went away to college. That was, I don't know what it is about Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania gave me allergies.
You're allergic to Pennsylvania. I mean, that's completely.
But it followed me back to New Jersey. It's only until pretty recently that it stopped, where I don't, for a while I was just taking Zyrtec every day of the year just because there was something that was giving me some sort of seasonal allergy. But lately I've been pretty good. My daughter she has the same luck as me, where I've gotten like every negative gene my family has to offer. She's gotten them as well. So she's like now she's 10. She was a 9-year-old with like pouring seasonal allergies, where she was just like dripping from every orifice. This poor girl couldn't breathe for the life of her.
Is that the one with type 1?
No, my niece has type 1. My daughter doesn't.
I thought, okay, sorry. I didn't hear the first part of that.
Yeah, I've never been allergic to anything. Like nothing.
Emmy has really bad allergies, and with autoimmune disease, it affects you.
Yeah.
My daughter has an autoimmune disease,
Yes.
not type 1 diabetes.
Right. So anytime you have an autoimmune, your immune system's already down. So that's allergies will kick your butt.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's like a hard, fast rule, but it does feel like that. You have them young, get rid of them old, have them old. You didn't have them young. I feel like I got the one you want is sure have issues young, but then spend the rest of your life without them.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like the one you should want, honestly.
People say the same thing about cavities, and if if this stuff is true, like you have all these things young, or you don't, and you don't have them older, or you don't have them young and you have them older. I've never fractured, sprained, broken a bone.
No broken
Never been
anything.
stung by a bee. Never
Nope.
been majorly sick.
He's 12, and I think he's been
don't have
sick
any
like 5
allergies.
times in his life, and never more than a day.
Yeah.
I was stung by a bee once, and it was when I stepped on a bee barefoot by accident. It stung the bottom of my foot.
Sounds less than ideal.
Yeah.
It was
Him
not
and his
great.
older
I was
brother-
pretty young, but that's something you remember.
Yeah, you would remember that. Yeah. Him and Mac are opposites. Mac's sick all the time. Mac, the most annoying part as a parent when Mac was in like preschools and stuff, he gets a fever when he gets allergies. So they always think he's sick.
Yeah.
He's not sick. He just has allergies. But yeah, Ian's been sick like 5 times in his life and never more than a day. Like it's almost inhuman at this point.
I know my migraines was definitely more than one day.
Oh yeah, you have migraines. Yeah, you get
Oh,
migraines.
that's awful. I get those.
Yeah.
Let's see. My kids split it. Caleb gets sick, and Harrison breaks stuff. Like that's just how it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I
feel like Lethal Weapon. Like if we could have that scene where he's going over like all the times he was shot. Like I've broken so many things, torn stuff, but it's all my own, stupidity. It's all playing sports, doing dumb things.
See, I did plenty.
Yeah,
I didn't climb trees or anything, but I did plenty of sports and all that stuff. Never broke a thing.
Oh man, I'm a small town Minnesota rural boy. Not only did we climb trees, we would jump out of them and try to roll. We would touch like electric cow fences. We would like grab each other's hands and touch them and stuff, like to send the wave for fun. Like like climbing as far up in a tree as you can and then jumping and try to roll was a game.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so funny how growing up in rural Minnesota and growing up in rural Maine are so.
I do.
There's so many similarities.
I do feel like that's probably true. No, Rob, you don't need to put that. Don't put your ID in the chat also, but I got you. I already got you covered, man. And no, you weren't, but I got you covered. You do have to click the button each year so that we know that you're still interested.
Oh,
that's
rough. Lauren, the only bone I've broken is the tailbone. They called me butt pillow in school.
Oh,
rough.
Was this high school or college or elementary school? Like anyway. Do you guys want to see what my 2 kids built mommy for Mother's Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Lego?
It's Lego Starry Night.
That is amazing.
With a little Van Gogh painting it?
Yeah, because this is the actual sky. And then
Oh,
he's building this.
Huh.
Yep.
That's cool.
that's so cool. Did you break it?
No. I'll put it over here though. Now I broke it. Now I broke it a little, but we'll fix it.
Oh, wow.
Ian didn't think it was a little.
Well, it's a little. It came out of its frame.
Not as bad as Bob when he Hulk smashed the Avengers Tower.
There's,
Oh, Lauren said junior high.
yeah.
Okay.
There's, do you remember the movie Clerks? They made a cartoon for Clerks. And like no one has seen these cartoons, and they're the funniest thing ever.
No, I
And-
watched Clerks.
The cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Alec Baldwin voiced the bad guy, and at one point he builds himself a desk, and he just goes, "And I have all these extra parts." And of course, the desk is horribly put together. So that's anytime someone builds anything with Lego or anything, all that comes into my head was, and I have all these extra parts because I could never build stuff like that. I would never build it correctly.
That's an IKEA phrase for me.
Exactly.
You start putting together and you're like, huh.
And I have all these extra parts.
I have 4 extra tab Bs and not enough slot As.
In a row?
I think it was 36 actually, Lauren.
I'm 37. That's the line. I'm 37?
Oh, that's right.
In a row? Did Julius Randle do something now that Jeremy's just in here saying Julius Randle?
I don't know. Wolves are up by 12. I didn't see it though.
They just showed a Julius Randle stat, but I wasn't paying close attention.
I mean, Ash Dubs is crying about some game.
Oh. I don't know. I'm back off TV. I did my 5-day free trial for the NFL draft so I could do the draft show. And I'm back off TV until probably the NFL season starts up. I don't know. Depends on if I have to podcast or not.
I don't have live TV. Haven't really missed it. I mean, we've gone full circle at the point where we have so many streaming services. It'd be easier if they were all just in one place, and that's how cable was formed in the first place.
Yeah. Well, and that's like you're waiting for them to like aggregate.
Well, I mean, Disney owns most of it
Hulu
already.
And yeah.
It's coming.
I mean, there's just going to end up being like Disney and Apple, and that's everyone else is going to be absorbed by one of them.
Yeah.
The Wolves are destroying them.
See, and Scott didn't think we could get through his list tonight.
Scott's not even here, man.
That doesn't.
What's next on the list, Ian?
I think that's next on the list.
The only thing on Ian's list is Scott fixing the Lego thing right now.
Make sure you get all the stars in the right spots.
Go for it.
Callan put a Lego on my desk today and said, "You need to fix this."
What was it?
It's
The Millennium Falcon.
No, it's one of the Guardian ships. This one, yeah. This one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's back
The
together.
Milano.
So that's what we're
No,
doing.
it's not the Milano. It's something.
Isn't it?
It's. I don't know which one. No, the Milano has blue on it.
Yeah, I thought it was the red one.
Maybe.
That's what we're doing this week.
But he broke this thing off.
Oh, you fixed it. Good work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll do a Lego build, like Wednesday night Lego build.
We've never finished a single Lego set that we've ever bought.
Oh, see, I can't like my household will not that like Harrison has to finish them. And then when Harrison gets into it, so you get the Falcon.
Yeah.
When Harrison gets into it, that means Caleb is going to be like, and so like they finish them. And then it drives my mother-in-law crazy because then they'll take them apart and they'll build their own creations with them. And she wants them just to stay. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like there's more creation after, at least for
she wants the Craggle.
She just wants it. Yeah. She just
Yeah.
set it up on the, on the mantle or whatever. Like, it doesn't happen here. It gets replayed with, rebuilt.
Well, the problem is that my kids won't ever put them back together if they take them apart. So they can take them apart, but they got to put it back together.
Well, see, my guys don't put them back together. They build other things with them.
Right.
So they're like, all of a sudden, they'll have the Millennium Falcon and they'll play with it for a while, and then it'll start to fall apart, and then they'll build like a castle with it or something, or other spaceships, and just go.
Wait, Ian, what's your T-shirt? Fantasy what?
It says fantasy football on it, and there's a dragon in the middle.
I love it. I used to have a fantasy football shirt, and it was said fantasy football, and it was a wizard holding a staff and the football in the Heisman pose.
None shall pass. Establish the run.
I think I know what I want to get to next.
What's that?
My fantasy quarterback rankings.
Let's hear it.
All right.
They're not technically fantasy football rankings. They're kind of just how I'm going to draft, like off of reliability. So really, like, I'm not drafting really rookies, anybody like that. So yeah. So, like, guys like Lamar are a bit lower. Like, just anybody who's had any injury in the past is a bit lower. Kyler Murray, like, number 20. But, yeah. My list is pretty insane. I have J.J. McCarthy in the top 10. Josh Allen's my number 1 and 2. Josh Allen's my number 1. Jalen Hurts is my number 2. 100% the 2 most reliable quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Josh Allen, he's Josh Allen. He's not going to fail. It's not even a question. And then Jalen Hurts, number 2, coming off a Super Bowl win. Another one of the guys that his team hasn't changed at all. So what's to be worse? Okay, sure, he lost his offensive coordinator, but I did have Brock Purdy in my top 5 until I forgot that they lost Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. So there's that. Because Brock Purdy, the 49ers have the easiest schedule in the NFL this year, which is insane. Easiest schedule in the NFL. He's going to be great this year. Who was it? Yeah, and then the Bills have the 3rd easiest schedule, while the Giants have the hardest. Like, what? It's weird.
Where do you have Baker and Trevor?
Trevor's in my top 10.
Love it.
He's not going to fail with BTJ, Liam Cohen as his coach, Travis Hunter, too. And Baker, I have number 7.
Love it.
Did he lose Chris Godwin? Chris Godwin get resigned?
No, Godwin's
No, he re-signed.
No, he's still there.
and then
Not
they
off
dropped
injury, but he's still there.
They added Emeka Egbuka.
Phoenix 12.
Yep.
Patty Mahomes 11. That might be the lowest I think he's been ranked outside of his rookie year.
Once again,
Right?
these aren't quarterback rankings.
No, I don't think it's wrong. Like, he's had 2 bad years in a row fantasy wise.
They're
Like,
not
I don't think it's
quarterback
terrible.
rankings. They're just off of reliability
Oh, okay.
and just who has the highest chance to do good.
Okay.
Where are you at on Jaden Daniels?
He's
Just
got
out
him
of curiosity.
I
6?
got him 6. He'd be way higher. In my quarterback rankings, he'd be about like 3 or 4.
He
Yep.
added Debo. I mean,
Just being a sophomore takes off a bit of the reliability part. That's what this whole thing is.
Yep.
Just chance to be good. Only in the second year.
I do think
So,
Debo is such a perfect fit for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you're gonna,
Yes,
if
he
you're gonna
is.
have a safety valve, that's a.
See, I was hoping they would get someone who would play a little bit more downfield because a lot of Jaden Daniels does seem to play very close to the line of scrimmage. But if you're going to get someone who wants to play close to the line of scrimmage, you go for someone like Debo.
Yeah.
And he's such a good deep ball thrower too. Daniels is.
Yeah, which is
Like
why
that-
I kind of wanted T. Higgins to go there because I thought
Yeah.
he'd be a good fit and open up Daniels' game a little bit.
Yeah.
But then they took Debo, and that was off the table.
Jordan Love at 8.
That's a little strong for me.
Once again,
I
off of
Pop-
reliability.
Talk Russ into Jordan Love so I can trade him Jordan Love in TA 11.
That's an incredible amount of wide receivers Jordan Love has at his disposal.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love doesn't care about having a number one because he spreads the ball around to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, I have Kyler and Caleb. You're not giving me Jordan Love.
Well, don't you need a? Oh, I'm not going to.
I mean, Kyler's QB 20. We could work something out. You know.
Yeah, that Starry Night needs a few more fixes than I thought it did. It's like 99% there, but I'm not sure where a couple of the things go, so I'm going to have to look it up in the morning.
That's a little embarrassing, Scott, not going to lie.
What is? I don't remember.
How much you just wrecked that thing that your kids put together for your
Oh,
wedding.
totally wrecked it. Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's really just that's a low point.
I mean, it's abstract, so you're good. You can, right?
I mean, that really depends. He's got a lot of decent pass game matchups, and Sam Darnold was QB9. Kevin O'Connell made backups that suck have decent weeks, and Kirk Cousins was consistently QB8 to QB12. It feels like having him at the back end of the top 12 is not the worst spot for this offense and that coach. But, I mean, we will see, I suppose. But that's basically where Kevin O'Connell quarterbacks rank.
Yeah.
So it's not really biased. It's just kind of optimism, like a little bit of optimism, slightly like right around, but on the upper edge of where Vikings quarterbacks in this offense with Kevin O'Connell do.
Ian, I may have missed this, but where do you have Caleb Williams?
Caleb.
Keep scrolling. Keep going down. What?
I mean, this is like Adrian Peterson is going to be terrible his first year, and he was world's lights.
Zeke, I mean, it's all
I don't subscribe to the never played thing. Like that's just not a thing I'll ever subscribe to. We've seen way too many players do it their first year playing, and this guy's had a whole year to learn, a year and a half to learn the offense before he even takes an NFL snap. So,
Yeah, I have Caleb number 19. Because it's just on chances to be good. People are like, "Oh, this rebuild's been awesome." I don't see how this offensive line is going to be any better.
I do love Ben Johnson, though. I love Ben Johnson there, though.
It'll fix it, not all the way.
That's the immovable object, meets the unstoppable force, where you've got the Ben Johnson offense with Caleb Williams wanting to take sacks. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
This is fair. Ian talks a lot of trash at live events, and
as you should.
Absolutely should be dished some of it yourself.
Yeah.
Bob, Ann says you have to take the next 2 segments. You've been too quiet.
I got an assignment.
Oh, that's true.
What was his assignment?
He's making the tadpole.
Tadpole.
Oh, geez.
I'm on to a pretty good idea here.
Okay. I didn't really mean you had to do that.
I love it when Bob works in the background, but in the foreground.
Yes. I'm not here. I'm really not here.
Do you want me to vent about a Safe League story?
Sure.
Always.
First, is everyone done drafting yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We're 8 days in.
Yeah, I know. Everyone was in the 4th like 2 days ago, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Nah, so here's and I mean this is actually one where the chat might be like, yeah, I get it, or I don't know, whatever. So an owner offered fab money for 4th round picks, like to multiple teams. He's trying to get back into the draft to draft someone, or just wants to draft more. I don't know. That's it. Fab for a 4th, fab for a 4th, fab for 2 4ths, fab for a 4th, bunch of them. He offers this guy. Let's call him Zach. He offers Zach. Actually, that's whatever. He offers Zach $300 fab dollars for a 4th round pick, and then rejected. And so then he offers 450, ups at 150, and a 1st round pick for 2 4ths, which is clearly absolutely ridiculous.
Accepted.
Like, clearly the guy was, upping the ante and be like, okay, I'll let's see if this works for both 4ths. 300 for one, 450 for, the early and the late, right? So the 1st was added by accident. I think everybody knows you're not throwing a 1st in to try to get 2 4ths. The guy immediately accepted, and within 90 seconds offered that 1st to multiple other teams to try to get rid of it. Stick, but luckily Safe Leagues has rules about subsequent trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all come back. Yeah.
Yeah, they all come back. So like obviously all of it got reversed. It got protested, got reversed, etc. But how do you feel about the dude that immediately started trading that 1st?
Man,
Look,
to a bunch of other, and one got accepted within 2 minutes.
Look, the guy technically didn't do anything wrong. But
I did mention that he got the 1st trade and he rejected it, and he got the counter with the extra 1st thrown in. He didn't realize it was an accident.
Maybe someone really, really likes Devin Neal.
No, like, again, he technically didn't do anything wrong, but there's this thing called a dick move.
Yeah.
True.
And that's kind of what that is.
Just made some other unsuspecting manager part of the RICO trial now because you traded the 1st.
Someone who emailed about it, he was one of the people who this guy offered the 1st to. And his comment to that guy was, "Don't involve me in this." and when he emailed us, he had it so pinned. He's like, this guy was hoping that trading the 1st would cement it, that it would all have to stick. I'm like, oh my gosh, some people.
Like exactly this. He was like laundering the money. He was absolutely just.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that pick before in my life.
Yeah. He's like, I was offered a good deal. I accepted it. Come on. Luckily, we have rules that fix all this. Like, we protect our users. But it's not even like a bad story or anything. It's just like a funny, okay, we see what you were trying to do. Yeah. But yeah, it's once again, I could write a book of the millions of these types of stories that happen that are like, oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah. I ask this every once in a while, but anyone in the chat going to live events? I know Lauren's going to Chicago. I saw her in there. I know that all of us, like, all of us are. I'm pretty excited for them. I'm heading to Scotland for a week, for 8 days. Wait,
real quick. Stephen Jones is going to Dallas. Just saying.
Ooh. Charlene's going to LA?
But like Stephen Jones, who runs the Cowboys, is going.
Jerry Jones?
Well, his son is Stephen Jones.
His son is Stephen Jones.
Fine, whatever. It was funny to me. I hate you all.
I didn't put it together. I didn't put it together at first.
Charlene's going to LA. Andrew, Chicago. Jim Cox going to help at OKC. Nice. took the time to put the spaces in between all the letters.
All
Love
caps.
their dedication.
That takes time. Yeah.
Brad Duff
Thank
is
you,
giving you.
Scampers. Thank you.
Say Brad is giving you props too.
Yeah.
He and Scampers they got you, Russ.
Yeah. They
I haven't followed the Cowboys closely enough to know that Steven.
I don't know. My brain picks up things, and
yeah.
that's what it does. So maybe that just means it's time for me to go to bed. I don't know.
No, like it was a good pull. It was our fault for dropping it. Like
I like that. I like that. It's all your faults.
I will own that.
I like that. All your faults, not mine.
The only thing I know about Dallas is they drafted Jaden Blue. Like that's all I know.
They did,
and they traded for Pickens.
They did. They did both of those things. That is correct.
That's it. That's my knowledge of. Follow me for more fantasy advice.
Yep. Well, I'm going to a bunch of them. Vegas is the first one I'm going to on Friday the 20th is when I travel out. But I get back from an 8-day trip in Scotland on the 18th. So I got 36 hours at home. And I was thinking about this earlier today when talking to someone else that I don't eat a lot when I travel, which might be a problem for Canton and all our plans. Like I just don't eat a lot when I travel. I don't know why it is, but we have a lot of plans for Canton and making a lot of food. And
we do.
That starts to concern me because I don't eat a lot.
I'm right with you, Brittany.
I got you, Scott. I've got you.
You can eat for me? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll definitely eat for you. I'm also drafting for my couch, Brittany, but I am going to a few live drafts.
With the couch at the Russ's basement live draft.
No one's drafting at the Russ's basement live draft.
Sorry. You want to?
No, I was like, do it. Come to New York. We'll be there.
Yeah, that's Boston's the day before New York, right? Or the day after.
Yeah, strike that. Reverse it.
Yep. There's a Missy Elliott quote we could throw out. Also drafting from couch. So am I. So are you, Ian.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I would love a Paris one. I would love the wife and I would attend that one. Let's get a Paris one going. John, you're watching. Let's get a Paris one for next year.
Find 12 people that want to draft in the Paris area, and then find someone willing to coordinate that draft.
Yeah. Yes, that'd be so good. I hope you do. I hope you do get to New York or Boston. It's you don't need someone to tag along. I'm at New York. Zach's at Boston.
Yeah.
Bob's
at Boston.
Yeah, we'll be.
Russ is in New York. You know people.
Oh yeah.
That's the beauty of these live drafts is you don't have to know anyone because you know everyone. Like it really is. It's so similar to the chat. It's so similar to being, part of like if you watch the Podathon, like it really is such a community and it's so much fun when these live drafts happen. And for me, like this year, I'm not drafting at the live drafts because I want more of that, that interaction, more of the people and, spending the 2 hours or 2.5 hours to draft is awesome. I love drafting live, but I'm also I'm so excited to just be able to walk around and watch all the drafts and talk to people and, check out all of the things that, we have going on for auctions or raffles. Or, I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to being able to compete.
I love drafting. I have my live home draft, and if I didn't have that every year for 34 years, I would totally draft live at one of these locations. But because I have my live draft experience, I let others have that, and I just hang out and enjoy it with them,
Yeah.
But drafting live is such a vibe. It's so good.
Yes, John, and selling raffle tickets. I'm a tremendous salesman. I know everything about the Dallas football team, and I am a tremendous salesman.
Tremendous.
Richard, I have been to Paris many, many times. My wife is fluent in French. She lived there for a while. Like, we've been to Paris many times. She's probably been to Paris twice in the last 3 years, right? Something like that. 3,
Yep,
4 years?
yep.
Yeah. No, Paris is a place we go to a lot. And every time I go, I get one of your baguettes with a 14-inch hot dog with cheese all broiled on top of it. From the little carts there that you have. We get bread a lot when we're there too. It's so good. Last time I was there a few years ago, we took a train to Nîmes, which was awesome. Yeah, but no, I love Paris. We go to Paris, and I still don't eat a lot, but what I do eat is awesome.
I went with my kids, and they had the best chicken fingers and plain pasta Paris has to offer.
Oh, Parisian food.
Oh yeah. You standing long enough to cook anything yet, Zach?
No, not yet. It's coming. It'll be there soon. But and we've been so busy with baseball. With Harrison is literally playing baseball or practicing baseball 6 days a week right now.
Ooh.
Like he had practice on Monday. It was supposed to be batting practice, but it started at 6:30. It didn't end until almost 8, which was ridiculous. Then he had a game on Tuesday. He had batting practice tonight from 5:30 until 7. He's got a game tomorrow night. He's got a game Friday night. He has a clinic on Saturday. So it's been really hard to even do meals because he's been. Dude, I am finally functional enough as an adult that my wife doesn't have to do all of the carting him around. So I can do it. Talk about allergies. She's got crazy allergies to pollen, and right now, this week, everything kind of kicked off in town with we have maple trees that are just here's some pollen. Yeah. My black fusion is yellow right now.
Yep.
But I've been able to do a lot of that, so she doesn't have to go out and sit in the pollen. So, but I haven't been able to cook yet. I will, Russ. I will. I want to be back there.
It's just because I know it's something you like to do, so I was just hoping.
I do, but I haven't had to wind down from very much because it's been all winding down. It's been me on a couch for 3 months, 10 weeks. So 10 weeks yesterday.
Feels longer than that.
I know, but that's what I said. It was a really quick recovery. My surgeon was like, I can't believe how quickly this has been. I'm glad because I have to drive Russ to Canton.
Got to drive Russ to Canton.
Right.
There's nothing like fresh bread and cheese and meat in Paris. That's really good. So when we go to Scotland, we are going to a place that has a cheese place that has. What's up, Ian?
What? Nothing.
Oh, okay. A cheese place, and their cheesemonger is named Ian. So, Ian loves fancy cheeses, and it's spelled exactly like his.
It's in a place. It's a place called Carnesty something. It's.
Can you imagine if your job was cheesemonger? That's your job. You're a cheesemonger.
I would have a business card if my job was cheesemonger.
Just thinking that.
It's because it's a real job, and we're.
My business card might be edible. I'm not sure.
T-shirts. Bob, get on that. Russ Fisher, cheesemonger.
Got it. It's on the list.
That's funny.
Americans like things cold.
Yeah, it's true, especially when you go to Scotland. They like their beers it's room temp, so like it's definitely a different vibe. But Paris,
fishmongers, Jeremy.
Yeah, we've stayed in different places in Paris, and one time we stayed in a place in Paris, and we're like, this is a 20s vibe. we actually changed hotels the next day. We're like, this is definitely a stay up, 20s vibe.
You're not hitting the discotheque?
No. No, but yeah, there are other types of mongers. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, fishmonger is the only other one I could think of, though.
I don't know. I've heard fearmonger, but I don't know. Not sure if that's a business.
In this country, it is. Are your kids going to Scotland with you?
Oh, mute.
You're muted.
Yeah. I thought he was bringing the whole family this time.
Still don't think he realizes that he's muted.
Yeah, we're taking the whole family, and we're taking my parents, and so my brother and sister-in-law, they have a big family, and so my wife took our oldest niece to Paris a couple of years ago, and we're taking the nephew, which is the next one, to Scotland this time, and we'll take each of the other ones on different trips. They have a big family, so we take them each on a trip with us.
I like Manchego.
Yep.
Vince, and
Vince mentioned this
every year we have, what is it called? I just had it in my head.
It's like a Rumford Reserve or something.
No,
like it's like so it's 3 words. The last word is reserve. All of the words start with the letter R. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. Rush Creek Reserve. It's right in like it's made between the seasons of like the cows switch from like hay to straw or straw to hay or something like that in their diet. So it's like right in between then, and like the cheese is just different, and you like melt it, like you slightly like warm it, so like it's slightly melted,
almost like a raclette.
Yeah, it's so good.
Want to go to there.
Yeah, it's you can only get it for like a couple weeks a year. So, and it costs like $70-$80. It's ridiculous, but we only do it once a year. So like it's, but yeah, Ian does love Manchego. He's definitely a Manchego guy.
Whenever I hear Manchego, all I can hear is Rainn Wilson going, "More man than Manchego." From We're the Champions. Russ, you could probably answer that question for me. What are my favorite types of cheese?
Yes.
You got it. You're there.
There's one thing I know about Zach. If you ask him a question about food, the answer is yes. Unless it's tripe.
Jeremy, I've looked this up now. We're getting to the educational portion of the program. The other types of mongers, costermonger, which is a street peddler of vegetables and fruits. A cheesemonger, obviously. A fellmonger is a merchant of hides and pelts and skins. The fishmonger is pretty self-explanatory. And an ironmonger, who is a supplier of iron goods in the modern sense, hardware stores. So there you go. Now that's all the mongers we got.
That's all of them.
Well, yeah, there's one more, but it's still before midnight. So
the Rush Creek Reserve, that is one of her favorites. It says it's a seasonal cheese made only in the autumn, when uplands cheese cows shift from summer pasture to winter hay. Kind of what I was describing.
Yeah.
It's right when they shift, because that change in diet yields richer, more decadent milk that is perfect for this soft spoonable cheese.
And he did not get this off of AI.
Yeah. I got it off of Google. Yeah. It's
The Google AI overview.
yeah. So that's what it is. It's so good though. It is so good.
All right, I think I'm gonna call it a night and go to bed with sweet, sweet dreams of these cheeses we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's no better way to end a conversation for me. So good night, everybody. Love you all.
Good night, Russ.
Talk to you later.
Is Charlene still in the chat? I don't know that she is. She might have went to bed. She actually, it's like 8:00 there. I was gonna say it's Timberwolves are having an okay game. It feels like
it's not an okay game. We're destroying.
Yeah,
it's 20-point game.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5-1. It's yeah. I'm sorry. I was hoping for a closer. I love we love close games. Like even with our teams, we don't want blowouts. We want close games. This one it's a little rough. Russ did see you. He's very good about that. He's an empath that feels things really deeply. He could feel it. He knew. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Rush Creek feels like it comes out later than the Expo. I was gonna say I could bring some to the Expo, but I think it feels like it's like October.
We could have a second Expo just centered around the cheese in Minnesota. We could try.
They would call that a cheese convention.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. What if we have a mid-season Minnesota one?
It would be perfect because right now I have a vacation in June, a vacation in July, a vacation in August, a vacation in September. So if we put a cheese convention in October, that would really flow. It would really round out my year. Good night, Bob.
Good night, Bob. Yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. I mean, we're talking about two finals from last year. Didn't the Pacers and the Wolves both made the Eastern and Western Conference Finals last year? So I think people would have had that on their bingo cards. Like I don't think you're wrong. I don't think this season people probably during the season expected that, but I mean they're two very, very good teams. Vince, there are a lot of things that can kill me in Australia. We've talked about this, how I'm not really scared of it. Like if I saw a big huntsman spider, I'd be like, that is so cool. Like I wouldn't be scared of it at all. But I also don't want to die. No, just kidding. I would go to Australia. I don't know that it's happening though.
I mean, aside from the sharks and the snakes and the spiders, I mean,
lions and tigers and bears,
Vince, I don't think they're underrated. I think they're just small market. I think like the big market medias just don't give a crap. Like whenever we play a big market team, the storyline revolves around the big market team. If they're doing good, doing bad, it's not about us. It's not about the Pacers. It's not about the Timberwolves. So I think you're right about that. I just don't think it's underrated. I just think they don't care.
I think the Wolves could beat the Thunder in this next round here.
Could or couldn't?
I think we can.
Yeah, I think
believe in us.
We split the season series with both the Thunder and the Nuggets.
It'll be tough though.
Both will be tough matchups.
Oh wait, we're facing the Nuggets too. I mean, we have the chance to face the Nuggets too.
Yeah.
Hey, they're gonna lose to the Thunder. They have no chance.
It's 3-2 Thunder right now.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
No, it's 3-2.
No, it's 2-2.
How did I miss a game?
Wait, is it 2-2?
I think it's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. I think it's 3-2 Thunder. OKC leads 3-2.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they went ahead last night. Oh, poor buddy. Poor buddy.
What?
Is this the time we talk about wrestling? I'm just kidding. We don't have the wrestling fans in here tonight.
I know that Vince is a wrestling fan because I remember that he was on the wrestling show talking about wrestling
Nice.
during WrestleMania. Oh,
They were good last year. But yeah, pretty much Miller past then. The Miller deadlift shrimp era.
Rick Smits,
Rick Smith.
the dunking Dutchman.
Joey's here. Joey's around. Ah, I love Joey. He's such a good person. It's enjoyable.
I might rather see Knicks Wolves rather than Tyrese rather than my two favorite players going against each other. Just because Cat versus Ant would be insane. Just Cat versus Ant, Cat revenge game.
I mean,
That'd be awesome.
I don't think Cat has the revenge bone in him though. Like it doesn't. It's not not his vibe.
Julius Randle probably does.
This question I'll also pose to you. Ian. What's up with Jeff Cobb?
Oh, I 100% know what's up with Jeff Cobb, and I bet a lot of people don't. Jeff Cobb, the reason why Solo's bringing him into the bloodline is, what's the word for it? Is to get on Jacob's nerves. Like, Solo has this new guy. He's trying to replace Jacob. He's trying to replace. He's gonna turn on Jacob. He already has this new guy. He's trying to replace Jacob.
So you think they're trying to outcast Jacob from the bloodline?
Yep.
Or
Yep. Bloodline isn't even a faction
It
anymore.
really is.
Ever since Tonga Loa got injured and Tama Tonga, he just died. Just gone.
Oh, Chris Mullen. Wow.
Speaking of underrated,
Yeah. Chris Mullen. Wow. That's good.
Mullen was an assassin.
Bronson Reed's hurt right now too, right?
No, he's still injured. He's been injured for like.
That's what I
5
said.
months now.
He's still hurt right now.
Oh, I thought you said he's
Yeah.
still here. I'm like, no.
Yeah, he's still hurt. Oh man.
We know who the third member is of Seth and Breaker's faction.
Who's that?
Uh,
Austin.
no, that'd be awesome.
Everybody thinks it's Austin.
No, people want it. They don't think, but they want. On Raw, when Seth and Braun were like fighting Sammy Punk and Uso, I'm like, Sammy Punk and Uso, Seth and Breaker were the final third member. I'm like, oh, Logan's facing Jay Uso.
Oh, you think it's gonna be Logan?
Yeah, Logan's facing Jay. Jay just fought Seth for the title. Now he's facing Breaker next week.
I can't see Logan as a faction member.
It just makes sense, though. You have a 3v2 right now. Punk, Sammy, and Jay versus Seth and Breaker. Who's facing
These
Jay?
people think Sammy's gonna flip.
Nope.
I need the reason why he's gonna flip. I don't know. Sammy's so wishy-washy it could happen, but this is fair. I wonder how long Zach and I, we're not gonna do it tonight, Zach, but how long you and I could name 90s baseball players.
Oh my goodness.
Random 90s baseball players. Cause like I don't talk about this a lot, but like, so I started in Dynasty Fantasy Big Ten basketball. And then my early, like, even though I had a fantasy football league, I was very baseball for the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was all football for the longest ever time. But I was like the 90s, I was so baseball. So
And that's like I started off doing fantasy baseball. Like, and I think we've talked about this, but like my dad had a league and they needed one more team filled. And so like my best friend and I took over that team. And so I was in like maybe 6th or 7th grade when and so it's just like I get all the middle relievers when the Pope was announced the other day. I follow a bunch of people who are from Chicago and who are White Sox fans, and they're talking about all the different players. And I was like, I just need Noberto Martin mentioned at Mass at one point. Just give me a Paco shout out, and I'll be happy.
Herbeck totally didn't lift his leg off first. Totally didn't. Not at all. It was clearly an out. Clearly an out.
Karkovice. Yeah.
Oh no. That's a lot of good years for baseball.
Yeah.
Those Indians teams, those
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, when you had like Lofton and
Lofton to Bell to Tomey to Olimar to like just those were absurd teams.
Yeah.
How did they not win anything with those teams?
Oh, that was wild. They were good.
Jeff Blauser.
See, I get so many like middle relief again because of fantasy baseball. I'm just like firing off like Hippolito Pichardo. Like I just got so many middle relievers just in the queue, ready to go.
Yeah, that would be dominant.
Well,
See, like
I told you we used to do the name game. Like that was like baseball trips. We just go like first name, last name, and then the next guy's first name had to start with the previous player's last name. So like if you went Hippolito Pichardo, then you'd be like Paul Konerko, So Kevin Mill, you just boom, 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 boom. But
all these, God, I love that I know every one of these names that speak about. So my early fantasy baseball teams, we didn't have pitchers in the mid 90s. We didn't have pitchers in the ones that is Chuck Knopfler count? Maybe because I'm a twin. For me, it's so that's great though. We didn't do a lot of pitchers in my fantasy baseball leagues in the mid 90s.
Yeah. See, when like Dad's league was a 24 player roster, so it was pitchers and hitters, and it was a bid draft. And then a keeper league. So you had like 3-year contracts. So it was like, and then it was like a 12 player reserve list. So you had a taxi squad. It was wild. Like, and that league, I think I told you that league's still going. But
are you still in that league? Or
I am not in that league, but he is still in that league. And a couple of the guys who played baseball for him that were, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ahead of me in school are still in it and play.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I love hearing about old school leagues that still keep going.
Yeah.
I've mentioned on the show a few times my brother who had that league for many, many years that he's no longer a part of, where they go to the bar every week to bid on free agents. And if you don't go to the bar that week, you can't get any free agents.
Yeah.
It's just incredible to me.
That's awesome.
Incredible to me. Julio Franco is
with the stance.
Well, here's the thing. Ian has seen my stance. My stance is it's almost similar.
Yeah. You have
everybody has their set, right? Like, and I bring my bet all the way back and then I bring it up here and wiggle it while I wait for the pitch.
That's almost like the Tettleton, like the old Tettleton.
Yeah, it's like Big Tettleton, right? Yeah. But I pull it all the way back until the pitcher's starting. And then I bring it up.
Oh, see, I do the it's like a cattail. Like I bring it, I'm here and just like swish it, and then I come up.
I almost need to film it because that's what I do too. I'm holding it back and then I throw it all the way back.
Yeah.
And then I bring it. And like I have I have all elements of that. It's
So I gotta get
a
myself
little
set.
absurd.
I gotta
It's a
get
little-
myself set enough to play wiffle ball
Yeah.
when we get together.
Well, we're doing with ball in Minnesota for the live event.
Yeah, I knew that.
We're talking about it for Vegas. We're just not sure where to do it in Vegas.
Carry Strug batting stance. Just balance on one leg.
Oh, jeez. Well,
You do
it's
the-
just,
I
it's
want to
just
see
what?
Joey do the flips up to the,
Yeah, do the flips. Well, it's just been us two for the last 20 minutes. Should we go?
What? I've been listening. I got plenty of 90s baseball for you.
Yeah,
Sheffield's bat speed was like
like it's so wild to have to slow yourself down.
yeah.
Like I can't.
We needed a sports science just on Sheffield's bat swing.
Yeah.
If there wasn't one, we needed one.
I was talking at Harrison's game yesterday because there was a kid who hit a foul ball off a pitcher who was throwing as hard as any pitcher does in the league. I played baseball with a guy. His name was Mike Foster, and we were facing a pitcher who was throwing 94, 95, like getting it up there. And Foss gets up, and he swings at the first pitch, and he hits it foul by about 40 feet. Like just the next pitch, the guy throws it, and it's like 95, and he hits it like 50 feet foul. And just like these are bombs, but they're just so far foul. The next pitch, the guy comes up, and it's the fastest pitch he's thrown all game. Foss swings, he's ahead of it, strikes out, and he comes off the field. He's like, I can't slow my bat down. Like the guy's throwing 95. What do you mean you can't slow your bat down? I can't fathom that.
That's unreal.
Oh wow! Wait till you see this. This is really good.
Do you have it ready? Because I'm about ready to go.
I'm almost there. Like literally
Finish the game. But
Oh, we got an Andy
Working
Van
on it.
Slyke. The old Pirates. Todd Van Pop. You just go on all the Vans.
I
mean, Mo Vaughn was just awesome.
Mo with the down. Yeah. I saw him hit a triple live.
I saw him flip a SUV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on 95.
I had someone follow me on Twitter the other day. I'm like, man, that's within the last. Oh, I know who it was. Oh, this is gonna land with you guys. Probably I don't know, a couple months ago, Jonathan Papelbon followed me.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Pap. That's funny.
Yep. Still does. I just looked it up. Still does follow me. I don't know why. But...
You gotta get him to the Boston Live.
But he didn't sign up, huh? You gotta sign up.
I don't know how special I feel though that he follows like 12,000 people. So
I mean, you're still one of the 12,000.
I am one of the 12,000. But yeah, Papelbon follows me.
Did I tell you the day that I had Scott Fish follow me? I was like,
You didn't care.
I actually don't remember that one. I do remember when Ryan did.
McDowell?
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's a big one in every man's life.
Yes.
For me, it was JJ. Like that was because Russ and I were on the way back from the expo, and we pulled into Popeyes, and so I was in line for Popeyes chicken, and I got the notification that JJ followed me, and I was like, I feel like I've arrived.
I feel like the first one that was like, whoa, was probably Herman Moore
Yeah.
for me. Is that like when Herman Moore followed me, I'm like, wait a second here. What's going on? I don't know that I've had a lot of those since though. Like they're awesome. Like, yeah, I just don't think I think you only have one of those moments, probably.
I mean, like, again, like, I don't want to geek out, but like you following me, Ryan following me, when like I remember the first real tweet out about the Dynasty Dummies was Ryan.
Yeah.
And like when he like we had like maybe 400 people following us, maybe.
Yeah.
And when he was like, he tweeted out and he was like, you guys should check out this show. And it was just like, oh my goodness.
That's what you should always do. Try to help promote each other, you know. The last of the CBS guys still don't follow me, so I don't. There are like 100 CBS guys though, so
I can take Matthew Berry to a bar, but I can't get him to follow me.
you can text him on a Wednesday night from Orlando, but
yeah, exactly.
Bob, we have me, you, and him have had drinks many times together.
No, I was like, really, Matthew?
Yeah.
Oh, Brad Duff with Chris Sabo with the glasses, the Rec specs.
Oh my gosh, that Reds 90 sweep. Oh, Barry Larkin.
Yeah.
Larkin and Sabo on the corner, the left side of the infield.
Eric Davis.
It's down to a 14-point game. It's getting close. What was I gonna say? Oh crap! It was something about what we were talking about with the people who follow us randomly.
Yeah, I can definitely know a big one that follows you.
Who's that?
John Cena.
Well, John Cena follows a lot of people.
Yeah.
I got a guy trying to talk the Miz into playing this year, which I'm
nice.
He should be able to pull that off.
I also have a friend talking to Mike Conley of the Timberwolves.
Yep.
This year, which would be awesome.
Didn't he say he was going to?
I
know.
That is.
Yeah, that's a public.
That is you with some information that we're not going to throw on air. But yeah.
Are you like ready for this? Are you sure?
Oh, are you there? Did we stall enough?
Oh, I mean, I think it's 95% there. So I might tweak a little.
All right.
Couple of things, but
while you're 95% there, everybody in the chat should join the Fantasy Cares wonderful, excellent, great, superb, sensational, terrific, awesome, phenomenal, tremendous, outstanding, fabulous, super epic end of summer giveaway. FantasyCares.org/campaigns. You can go there, check it out. There's an end of summer giveaway. We're gonna give away maybe, possibly, probably a Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, if it definitely is in my hands next month when it's supposed to be. If it's not, then I don't know. But we'll figure something out. But I'm not going to say we'll have it until we have it, but we're probably going to have it. Anyway, what's up, Bob?
Nothing. What's up with you? I'm just trying to get a screenshot of it and load it for you.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I gotta find. There you guys are.
Yeah, we do. I do have a friend that's been talking to the Miz, and Miz is considering it. He's considering playing. I have a friend who's talking to another very, very well-known name that literally everybody would know that is probably going to play this year, which will be pretty awesome. But again, I'm not going to say the words. But
you ready?
That Mike Collins going to Oklahoma City.
So
conference finals.
No,
I'm going to double check because my eye is telling me that it's not quite lined up correctly. But for the most part.
Ooh.
What are these guesses? Are they guessing? Like, what is this?
Guessing people.
Yeah. What is this you got going on here?
So I went for a college football theme. You know, and you got
Oh yeah,
on the shoe, you've got your tadpole.
I see it. I see the tadpole. Look at that.
So we might have to make the shoe bigger, or change the size of the fonts. But that's kind of like the idea behind it, is like
Okay.
a college theme.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Yeah, for sure. The chat's in. Very cool, Bob. I like that, Bob. Pope Leo. Yo, what up, turkeys? Lou Diamond Phillips. William Shatner. Matthew Broderick. A lot of good comments about this graphic.
Who's that? Oh man, I've got this thing in. I think it's like a queen bee in the room because it is giant. It might be a killer bee.
You got a murder hornet?
I could be a murder hornet. Murder hornet. Wow, it's dive bombing at me now. So if I'm not around tomorrow, you guys know why.
Bob, the eliminators have me just wild. I have no idea what I'm doing in the eliminators.
Oh, I definitely. Wow, I think just buzzed by my head again. You had a moment when I drafted someone.
Yeah, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right, we knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but even more so than normal. Like normally, I don't have any idea what I'm doing, but like it's wild out in the eliminator streets.
Ooh, Joey, if that's true, could you get a hold of her and see if she wants to play in SFB this year? I have considered. So Sleeper reached out to me about what I'm going to do with Travis Hunter scoring in SFB this year because they want to put it in their FAQ. And I have considered, should I put no IDP scoring? Like, should I put there's never been IDP scoring, but should I put IDP scoring in there just to make Travis Hunter this weird wild card that people want to draft because of it? Should I put some IDP scoring in there that there's no defensive positions, but Travis Hunter's there, so do I put some IDP scoring in there just for fun?
I mean, you could.
It'd be interesting. That's for sure.
See, Ben thinks Jameis and Justin Fields are the keys. I thought Justin Fields was going to be the key last year. It didn't happen.
So this year, fumbles and interceptions, quarterback turnovers are negative 1 billion points. So Justin Fields, who 2 years ago led quarterbacks in fumbles, and Jameis, who is an interception machine, they'd be awesome in that, right? Someone has an iPhone.
Yeah, that's.
I will still to this day never understand how that happened. he was a wide receiver. I don't even understand how that happened. I benefited off of it, but still didn't understand how it happened.
Oh, you guys still had that up there?
Well, the Tadpole Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
Giving props to your good work.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. FF Doormat. I don't think that's. I don't think it's gonna be a thing.
Bizarro SFB.
Yeah, last year I recommended to Hep and John about eliminators. I said you should make it upside down, and they did. So they did that. That's been a format that's been around for.
It's like Raz in the World Series of Poker.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think SFB will ever do a backward scoring. It's an almost annoyingly a spot where it needs to be somewhat unique enough that people have to they can't just go on autopilot.
Right.
But it has to be basic or common enough, just slightly off, that anyone listening on SiriusXM or reading their websites or whatever podcast they listen to, they're able to go, oh yeah, I get it.
It's got to be accessible, but also have that uniqueness to be able to. It's I'm always fascinated and impressed that it's always fun for me to try to figure out because that's how my brain is always trying to break the code, and you always do such a good job with having that feature, but the feature not breaking things enough that that if you miss it, you don't necessarily lose out, but if you hit it, it can be a little bit of a bump.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. It's just it's accessible but tricky. It's tricky, definitely it definitely takes some figuring out. That's for sure. I can't go on a show and have this super kooky thing and spend 4 minutes explaining it. That's not a thing.
Right.
No, that can't be a thing. But yeah, it works out every year. I was convinced you were doing two Superflex. I'm very good at teasing things it's not going to be. So things I've teased probably aren't coming to fruition. I get this a lot. The video game SFB is a favorite. It would be one of my favorites too. That with all the bonus scoring was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, not having decimal scoring, it had decimal scoring, but everything was so rounded. It was so whole points that.
Well, you were going to bring back. And that was going to be perfect scoring, right?
Yeah, perfect scoring. And I think I'll do that. That is the perfect setup. I will do that. And everybody listening, everybody on the show, everybody in the chat, just got to hear
It's a leg up.
you
You have an advantage now.
for what I'm going to do this year. Last year we announced on June 7th. This year I would like to beat that. I think I'll start looking at it next week, and maybe we can get it out early this year. That'd be pretty.
It was SFB 9 was the video game year, yeah? Because it went with the video game.
8 was TV. 9, yeah, 9. Yeah,
9,
SFB
yeah.
9 was the Sega shirt. Is SFB 9? Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
This is actually funny to me because I think there are no less than 6 or 7 of these out there. SFB Dynasty Leagues where they change the rules for whatever SFB is that year.
That's so wild.
Which is so fun. Can you imagine the activity?
Oh, yeah. You'd have to.
In trying to readjust?
But, like, Vince, even if you're overweight with tight ends like that, if the rules change, then somebody is going to be looking for, because obviously you've got kind of the market cornered.
Yeah.
There have got to be ways to move, but that's really cool.
Like multiple people are in
Yeah.
that. Like it's a legit thing out there.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I would want to join that. Wouldn't you want to join something like that? A dynasty league where you know the rules are going to change by this other thing each year, and that's pretty fun. As we all know, I need to recheck the data on it. Not recheck, but like relook at it. But oof, people who have followed me long enough know that I have researched that thoroughly.
That's the one. Whenever I see somebody say 2 tight end, I always think of you and think of Russ. And Russ is like, play whatever you like, except 2 tight ends.
I researched it thoroughly for like 5 years of data over 35 different leagues, every years of the leagues. 2 tight end is the most detrimental setting you can ever put in dynasty league. It is the worst setting you can ever do. It's so bad. If you don't have a top 3 tight end, you're I almost swore. You're dead in the water. You're just dead. You might as well just start rebuilding because you don't have a shot.
Yeah,
it's so bad. Oh,
Russ does the 1.75 premium for tight ends, and I love that because
even safe leagues is 2.0. But that's heavy. But 2 tight end is absolutely
like I can use them as quarterbacks. And I'll do that in some of his leagues where if tight ends are being undervalued because of the premium and quarterbacks are being like the quarterback, whatever, 12 through 26. But
basically and times change, and tight end, there are years that are deeper than others, but really not too much over the last couple decades. Basically, you're winning the lottery if you're winning without a top 3 tight end.
Yep.
It's a complete anomaly.
That's why Bob has Kyle Pitts on all his teams.
Yeah, because you need that top 3 tight end.
You do. You laugh. He's gonna have another. He'll break out again.
So, I saw somebody post Kyle Pitts is going to be the next Kyle Pitts, which made me laugh.
He will.
I didn't just catch for a football. You just at the back end of your draft, you spend 10 cents twice on catchers and call it good.
Bud Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, like if you got one of the, I mean, Jason Kendall used to be fun because he stole bases, but like there aren't very many guys that.
I mean, people were taking Pudge.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I think I would be taking. And Javier Lopez.
yeah, Javi.
Yeah. Definitely be taking him.
Do you want
Even Carlton Fisk would have been taken.
I was just gonna say, I was literally gonna say that same exact thing. I was gonna age myself. I had Carlton Fisk on a fantasy baseball team.
Nice.
I'm mad, like that's an age. I'm
Nope.
an age that is possible.
I've got a baseball over on that shelf that Carlton Fisk hit, and it was in spring training with the White Sox. The year that Jordan was in spring training with them, but I'm not sure it was the year that he actually played with them. I think he was just there for spring training.
Okay,
He did like a promotional,
right.
but
I used to have a Donruss Electric Diamond Jordan White Sox rookie card that I gave to a buddy of mine. It was worth like $50 at the time. Or
don't look it up now. You
like
probably
that.
wouldn't be good.
It's probably like $2 now. I gave it. I gave away all my cards.
Huh.
Yeah, but we've been for a long time.
I definitely have all kinds of cards yet.
Yeah, the Jordan, the upper deck with him. That was yeah.
What level of don't look it up now?
I don't know. I that was just a guess, but like cards have gone way up, and I assume Jordan is
That card I had, Ian is wowing because that card I had that I gave to my buddy is worth $550 right now. I pulled it too.
yeah.
I remember I was in the parking lot of the grocery store I bought it at, and I pulled it.
Huh.
Dear God. That's too bad I don't still have it. $550. Damn. That's not a bad card. I wonder if he has it. I'm going to see him on Sunday. I'm having lunch with that friend on Sunday.
Be like, hey, you have my $5 and my card.
You go. He's not T-Rex, but you got my $5 and my. Hey, you got my card. You still got that card I gave you? There was a part of me that just didn't care because like I gave him all my cards because like he loved cards and stuff, and all my cards were 90s overprint era, but that was one of them in there.
Right.
I didn't care because I remember when it was worth like $75 or something when I went to a card store. They're like, I'll give you 20 for it because they want to make a profit. They want to resell it at that price, but they won't give you the full price for it.
Right. Yeah.
Now we have eBay and stuff, so I probably could sell
so
it.
You could get it for that, yeah.
Right,
Because you're the reseller now.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that Jordan card. Honestly, I would have just liked to just have that Jordan card, even not to sell it, just not even sell it, just have it still.
Well, it reminds me of my dad talking about because my dad's brother is older than he is by like 15 years. Dad was the surprise baby, and Dad was born in 52. And so like my uncle had the 52 set. So that's Mantle. But like some like either the cards burned in my grandparents' house or they got put in a bicycle spoke, like who knows, like that, because that's what you did at that point.
Yep.
But
that's where they went.
Yeah.
I do think so too, Charlene. I would have liked to see a series with Wardell in the whole series. But yeah, it does seem that way. Two straight Western Conference Finals, I guess. Now I'm kind of hoping, like, I want to face the Nuggets because I think the Wolves face up better against the Nuggets, and we've kind of had their number since the 7-game series last year. But no matter what, I hope is that either like they fight each other for 7 games. You know?
Yeah.
I would enjoy that. And what if somehow they get past, like, they're going to be at the disadvantage. No matter who they face next round, they only get 3 home games. And if they make the finals, they only get 3 home games. You know, they're at the disadvantage in both series. So yeah, it's the same for us, Charlene. It's a weird thing with Minnesota in that we were rooting for the Nuggets when they won their championship because Minnesota and Denver had gone their entire existence without a championship until Denver won 2 years ago. So there's like a kindred spirit thing for the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. So like there's we like each other. Denver and Minnesota like each other for that. Yeah. Yard Goats. Do we have a Yard Goats shirt yet?
Not yet. That? We haven't tapped into the college yet.
No, that's minor league. But the Yard Goat.
The minor leagues are coming up.
We need a Yard Goat meter.
I have there's multiple folders on my desk that have like minor league, NHL. Like I went through and found assets or different shirts to copy. So we've got plenty of inspiration. It's now just a time of being able to design.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough sometimes when you're trying to figure out. Yeah, as a graphic designer, it sometimes is really just it's tough to figure out how to make things work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's the toughest part of doing it is waiting for Scott to say, "Yep, do that one. That's good."
Yep. Yeah, I think that's fair. I
mean, Scott can be really hard on you about it, and we just have to hope that he likes it if we go rogue. It's funny because whenever somebody might make a shirt, Jordan or Steven will text me and say, Bob, I need you to say something here. Because it's not an easy thing with getting the right assets to go on a shirt because it's blowing up so much that it can lose.
Yeah.
It's it gets distorted. That's the easiest way to put it. I want to discard that. I mean, I'm about to throw this shirt into the store. It's going to be a little different than you saw. What are we going to put it on? Heather green, maybe? Or should we do? Oh, I know what we'll do. We go with the G.I. Joe Heather military.
Oh, nice.
And the tan.
Jordan with plausible deniability. Just it's Bob's fault if your design doesn't get through.
Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, no problem being the bad guy.
All right. I am about at the end of my powder.
Well, you're about at the end of your powder.
Yeah. I burned it all up. I'm
Well,
about ready
Nice.
for bed or couch, as it were.
Well, can I present before you go to bed?
Please do.
Before you go to bed. The yard goat.
He's done it again.
I'm not wrong.
Now, Bob, you said I have the power to put that in the store, right? So we'll just throw that on.
sure. As soon as you figure that, if you can figure it out, then great. Because then I'll just start dropping things into your email.
That's awesome.
I mean, it feels like I have achieved what was meant to be achieved. I'm not joking that I feel like my designs would sell.
I know a lot was made of the Starry Night, but like this is the true art here.
The speed at which I'm able to create is
Just be done already.
I know people love all the NBA and MLB designs, but I mean, this is too good. I mean, I feel like the chat gets it, like crying, laughing at how amazing it is. I for graphic design. It's good either way. Look at that, classic. Well, I'm out of a job. Cannot be stopped. We need limited time. Like, I feel like these are like Banksy, right? Like, he's unstoppable cotton.
I feel like we need to buy out a row at Hartford and just all go with the Yard Goat t-shirt.
I just don't even know how the Yard Goats don't use a design like that.
I mean, it could be like the alternate home jersey this year. You know, you have like the 12 games where you wear the alternate jersey. I feel like this is in.
Here's I think my favorite part about this is that you see how this is like way too far down and it's way too far left. Like, it's not centered or anything. It's way too big. And then the goat's just underneath it. Like, there's, I think the lack of symmetry or like natural like placing of it is what makes it so beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's just incredible.
You are incredible.
It's so good. It's so good. Now, I think the real question is, what color do you get this on? But I mean, it's
I mean, I think Fuchsia might be the right one.
I mean, it's clearly a yard goat shirt. Like,
man.
yeah, I think we need to call it. Wolves up 13 with 51 seconds. This game's over.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's over.
And I think we're shutting Scott down.
That was